Hello and welcome back to HPG episode 6, maybe 7. I think it's 6. Episode 6. Yeah, we'll be on 6 now. I wanted to start this like an hour ago, but we ran into some limits issues. So that might be a great place to start for today. We do something. Well, we already. So yeah, I was like looking into like where are all my costs coming from? I was chatting with OpenClaw, and then it immediately took like $5 away from my OpenClaw or my OpenAI credits. It's like, this is terrible. I will never financially recover from this. But like also, so I this is my setup right now. I have my OpenClaw station, which is on always. It's plugged in, and it's running these automations. And I just made like this huge redesign that I was really excited by. For, I mean, not this as well, because I'm finally like using the, before we had a lot of padding for the left and right panel, but now we're using it. So if I ever want to like just like check these out, we could go to collections all. These are like the products we have right now for when we worked on potatoes last winter. But so we did a redesign of this, but more importantly, we did a redesign of the dashboard. The dashboard was awesome. Or it was not awesome. I hated how it looked. It was very much like our brand's guideline, which I guess we just have to revisit. CT potatoes, CD potatoes brand guidelines, or we could just npm run dev this. Like a lot of this stuff, it's already running. It's got to already be running. CD brand cat package.json. Oh no, it'll probably be like npm run dev. Yeah. Module not found. What? Something's going on here. Oh no, it's CD potatoes design npm run dev. It's probably not running. Yeah, 5173 localhost 5173. So it followed some of these guidelines. Like this stuff's got to go. I don't like how these comics turned out, but we got these big bulgy like chalk like text. It's good for certain things. I like some of it. Like technically it's getting some of it across. It's like the very early stages. It also said do internally. We say perfect. This guy's our CEO. He's rather concise. He has some ideas. Tangential thinking. He's like my window in. We love the carousel. I think it gives us that old timey feel. We do want full carousels. Oftentimes when you're working with Claude, it won't give you a like full infinite looping carousel. So you have to like work on that. These are all prints that we have on hoodies and pants right now, like joggers. I like our colors. I think they work well. There's some new designs that we've got that we haven't integrated yet. But I think it was the cards, not these cards. These ones aren't horrible. Technically that shadow is wrong. That's not like headcanon for me. Now I like this for like certain things, but it's like this one. It was this everywhere and it was hideous for like my dashboard. I just want it to be something that I want to return to. If it's not something I want to return to, I'm not going to return to it. So I just ran, let's make sure I did that. The context clearing skill. Did I run context clearing in here? Nope. This one has some cool headcanon I just dropped in. So it's the Voyage of the Potato. That's going to inform Satori's story mode. I just watched this video. It was an advertisement. I think it's called some like Game Boy case for an iPhone. And then they're playing an emulated version of Pokemon Emerald or Pokemon Crystal. And I was like, how come when I'm working with Flutterflame, I can't get that same level of quality? There's like this notion of ghost lines. I use this framework called Tiled. And like in retrospect, I was thinking, I think it's more like my use of color and contrast that was failing. And that like Pokemon did that really well, especially the old generations with what they had. I think they had like 3 or 4 colors per entity. I'm pretty sure of that. So we have this big session as a real one. I had to change. Let's hope there's nothing crazy in here. Just got the key name. Yeah, it was just like running up a bill, and I don't have auto refill on, but I like refilled it manually, and then I had to refill it manually again within like 10 minutes just by sending like a couple messages to OpenClaw. Because in Telegram, what do we have? Like this is how I interface with Claude. And it was like this conversation somehow costed me like $20 or something. So, I mean, like, I think the first step that you're going to want to do to limit something like that is you can go into Claude or not just Claude. Where is it? I think I had it open. Platform page. Yes. Let's see. Does this go down a lot? 212. All right, 212 should be enough to get me an image. It was my API keys. You see these? Like before I had like 8 and only one of them was running up a bill, but now I'm like I need each of these to be captured. Or what do I mean be captured? When you look at usage, you want to be able to group by API key. Maybe you could do by line item, maybe you could do by project. I wanted it by like the key because I want fine grained control. Yeah, I had this Genesis key. It was $40. I mean, I know that might not sound like a lot, but I'm using other tools. And I've come to a conclusion about potatocore.mp4, which is like I found that Opus Clip does a really, really good job of clipping my videos the way I want them to be clipped. So big ups to them. Like we have all of these. And I know I'm giving them like $30 a month now. I really like 11 Labs. I'm struggling to find out exactly how I'm going to use it because some of the use cases aren't quite there yet. There's a lot like mulling around. But since we're on HPG, like we wanted to just like dive right into the games and show that our new dashboard is exactly what it will be for a little while. And the thing is, so it says, okay, no session harvested. We're going to go over the dashboard, then we're going to go into the game. We might as well get the game running in the meantime because do we need a because? Yes, because there's an attract mode. So we talked about attract mode last time. The whole idea with attract mode is it's like in an arcade when you're playing a game, you have full control over the screen. When you're not playing a game and you're in idle mode for too long, a lot of these arcade boxes will just go into attract mode and that will play in the background. Now, if you're anything like me, my last video was like reflections on truth and brain rot, like there's this notion of like stimulus going on in the background, and I'm making a game that is like 60 seconds, like per mini game. I mean, the whole game would be like between 10, 30, and 60 minutes, depending on like which one you're playing in party mode. If you're going to be doing a week where it's basically saying 7 mini games, 28 mini games, or 90. 360 is too many. We have a total of like 100 and something games, but and like what I just really like about this system is I have the ability to really like go deep on each of these. Problem here is they're not. What do I mean go deep on each of these? I want it such that all of these can give you a really deep education on any one of these given topics, as well as kind of introduce you to like maybe potential future jobs you might be interested in within the context of this ecosystem I'm building. I want potato empire, but it would be a potato galactic empire. You know what I'm saying? Maybe cosmic, multiversal, universal, infinite empire, nothing empire. But the idea right now is games. So we've got like Big Bang, and I don't want to play all these on camera all the time. But what I can do is create a so here you can like configure how difficult you want the ops to be. But I have a tracked mode. I say play all games and then just start it up. So it'll play in the background while we will reflect on our new dashboard. So our new dashboard requires well, it works in tandem with, did it finish? Nope. Our automation run script. Why is this run script important? Why is it? Because, okay, node script, gen markets, node.js, deterministic morning refresh, market snapshots, then today's beats. So this, it's all new. Like I didn't have markets before, but like it does impact. I work in the financial industry. It's important that I think at least get some check of how the markets are doing. If I see a huge drop in some of these, I'll be a little disturbed. I'm more into crypto, particularly XRP, but I mean Bitcoin's down after a while. I could add tabs here that show me like uh, I can just show you how easy that is when you have a system built like this. You just go, so it's located in my potatoes dashboard, Claude. Can you improve the dashboard by allowing the user to pick for the different crypto / markets the time scale by which the graph should be displayed? The big thing that we were working on though was, so I had this run script, and so here are like some of not verticals, some of the market research things that I kind of want scanned for me. So finance, my daily fintech digest. So okay, not impressed here, but um, this was the initial test of the schema that I had built. The work was on making sure that OpenClaw, which will remain on always, every day will be executing these commands to populate these blog posts with something that's worth checking out, such as the strongest signals remain regulatory and compliance led. I'm going to give this so I'm working with Opus Clip right now. So if I give myself a little bit of space, I think it will take into account like if I work with Opus, if I take a small break, what's going to happen is Opus Clip will notice that and then try and clip the rest of what I have to say. I also need to start making these like shorter because I have finite amount of clips and I can cover a lot of ground if I'm just a little more focused. So I'm going to give it a sec. The Daily FinTech Digest for 2026-07-03. The strongest signals remain regulatory and compliance-led. FinCEN is still driving the highest urgency with cross-border AML actions and stablecoin era CIP rulemaking, while NCUA continues shaping the credit union-specific policy envelope around fees, supervision, and stablecoin issuers. On the platform side, Stripe's late June changelog remains the most operationally relevant developer signal because it directly affects open banking continuity and dispute automation. Why does it matter? Fraud and AML are becoming more network aware. Institutions that still rely on static scenario libraries will be slower to adapt than teams that ingest regulator alerts into rules and analyst tooling. Stablecoin supervision is converging towards familiar bank controls, which lower conceptual novelty but raises implementation urgency. Payment and dispute APIs are becoming more compliance aware, so platform teams need stronger change detection and release review habits. NCUA's current posture suggests room for innovation, but only if teams can connect product changes to policy safe operational controls. Agentic opportunities. Build a regulator ingestion pipeline that converts FinCEN and NCUA releases into structured red flags, affected workflows, and JIRA ready action items. Add a release monitor agent for Stripe and Plaid that classifies changelog items into breaking, operational, compliance, or ignore. Create a member link health service that watches financial connections, deactivation signals, and triggers in-app reauth flows before data goes dark. Build a dispute orchestration guardrail that detects network-specific evidence requirements before auto-submitting cases. All of this, like, it might not like mean anything to the general population, but this is so true. Like, if you could, any of these are huge opportunities for business because I think a lot of people don't realize how quick you could spin some of this stuff up. Like, I think a regulator ingestion pipeline that converts these releases and like that's I already did this part, right? Maybe not regulator ingestion pipeline, but it does convert FinCEN and NCUA releases into blog posts. So all I have to do next is just like tack on more. But I'm working on a potato empire, so feel free to just like do this stuff. I love the notion of being able to speak things into existence. Now, if you have a domain that you're really interested in like blossoming in, like for me it's going to be like tech-oriented potato industry modernization, but also like a respect to the like conservation of these like family farms or like the institution, the supply chain in general. That's important to me. I think that is like how we've gotten so far, not from some tech guy coming in and trying to explain to them away like what they need to do when I've never even grown a potato. Like I want to highlight their voices, advocate for them. I just have a deep reverence for the supply chain. So anyways, then these are some like video seeds that I could be using. I'm not like totally satisfied with like how this is all being generated yet, so I'm probably not going to use these, but here are some examples. Stablecoins are getting bank style know your customer faster than most builders realize. Break down the NCUA and interagency CIP proposals as the moment stablecoins operations start looking like normal regulated onboarding. Fraud teams should be treating regulator alerts like product updates. Use the FinCEN cartel fuel smuggling alert to explain how red flags should feed detection systems, not just PDF archives. This Stripe change could save your open banking flow from quietly breaking. Explain financial connections deactivation forecasting and why proactive reauth UX matters. Like, okay, I think that's the perfect thing for. I don't know what I'm doing. Claude, why does proactive reauth UX proactive reauth UX matter for financial connections for uh, the thing that it said about Stripe? Was the one I think Stripe based on why does proactive reauth UX matter given Stripe's 2026 June change log? This is kind of like pushing this one to the test. Hopefully, I don't like eat my words here, but Claude, I'm paying $200 a month for. So it's no surprise I rarely run into usage limits because I'm a single person. And I mean, I could easily do it if I really wanted to like do some loop orchestration, set some goals up on a variety of projects at once. But like, I'm trying to really exercise working together with it. So can you improve the dashboard by allowing the user to pick it? Yeah, we want to do this. Imatsu. I've scoped it. Rails. Okay. Crypto live on scale change. Markets. Gen markets. Okay. I dig it. One flag. A per row adds noise to a tight. The alternative is one. I've written the plan as per row since that's my reading. A pick for the different crypto markets. Okay. That works. So did this. I made one terminology fix. The world's greatest potato trainers is the Idaho State become the world cheaps. Yeah, okay. Cheaps are what we call the potatoes in my a form of potato character in one of my universes. This is the one we were actually looking for though. The main thing is okay, so we have this dashboard and it still says nothing happened today, right? We'll look into the previous editions, but I want to show like how it works. When I come to this dashboard, no session has been harvested today. The entire idea is I have all of these different Claude sessions going. I'm working on Sadtori, which is like a chess like Mega Man Battle Network Pokemon like game with massive lore that's all headcanon right now. I also have Tenlock, which is a much more it's a real-time version of that, which is like also a little bit it's supposed to be more arcade like, less chess like. There's these Flappy Tot, which has become Tater Dash, which is the only like live game I have on the App Store. Technically, this I can go live with whenever I want, but there's just so many games that I'm giving myself another week until the full moon, which we can see here, happens in 9 days. Then we're gonna like really try to like get this to go live and then start working on Satori. Like get this live however it is, and then we'll be getting feedback. I thought by the time we were at the full moon, I'd be getting more feedback. I reached out to a friend about it. I don't think like I it, I don't think this is the type of project where it's going to be like I can have a friend work on it a little bit. I'm going to need like to pay somebody because I'm going to have an expectation for them for like QAing this stuff. Like I like watching. I'm like mildly entranced just by watching that. It was just building molecules, and it's doing this all automatically. So I do this stuff. Okay, so this has to change a little bit because that's not correct. Let's make sure these are going off. Potato world building. We dropped that lore in. Oh, the lore was no, we don't have to talk about that. Go get the data. Model providers. Yeah, I was annoyed. Not annoyed, but I was so surprised at how much it cost. Oh, they updated. Sweet. So it didn't generate the image yet. Maybe it will. It's probably still working on it. Okay. What about our image? It's yours. Isn't in this shell. The t-shirt is a seed not shipped. What about our image? And it'll write to the exact is saved in the archive. We need you don't have access to the key or something? Tell me where to put it. I will. I bet it's in there. So yeah, this part I can't do on screen and it'll mess up this whole session if I try to. So I'm just gonna do it over here for a sec. So yeah, I had cycled all my keys. So now some of my keys are just not, um, they don't work anymore. And you get to watch me fix that. So I think it's in, see, potatoes. We're already in potatoes. We want to go to potatoes dashboard. No, it's in harvest. CD, maybe CD potatoes. Harvest? Where's harvest? CD potatoes. Dashboard. CD. Harvest. Where's harvest? Right, I can't. Okay, process. Where's that process? Gen t-shirt MJS. I just hope it doesn't print it here. Better. You better not. It's the command I run, and the key isn't imported there. So okay, it's because we're in a fresh one. Just tell me. Just tell me where to put it, and then I will have you finish the run. We want a t-shirt design for this run. Also, for the do not do that. It's already in your is exported there along with. So your terminal can run. My commands fail because the harness runs in a non-interactive shell. Let me confirm which file holds it. Just tell me where to put it. How many times do I have to say? How many times must I ask? That's I mean, completely unnecessary, but I figure there might be some reasoning component behind this. This is me trying to justify speaking poorly to AI. There, maybe there's some reasoning component where when you express frustration, it actually changes the way it goes about things. That instead of me explicitly saying it, you say it emotionally charged. I don't know. This is me almost neurodivergently explaining, leveraging an emotional response to AI systems. Interesting. Okay, sorry. Put it in here plainly. It's already in there. It's in there already. One flag with. I also see. So okay, it's not launching an interactive shell. Let's explore that. Why doesn't my get? Why doesn't my .zsrh profile get accessed from a non-interactive shell spawned by Claude? What is a zshrc? What is a bash rc? What is a zish profile? What is a bash profile? What are the differences between zish and bash? I'm pretty sure they are terminal runtimes. I'm probably botching that. They're shells. You have a zish shell, Z shell, and you have a BA shell, bash shell, or just a bash shell. I'm probably saying that stuff wrong too. Still not seeing it. I don't. It's the same command as no. Isn't node referencing a I'm just typing. I want to echo my key. I have my key. Still not seeing it. Listen. Set nothing. So the key isn't a plain export there. It's almost certainly. No, you are completely wrong here. Tell me the path for the module, the MJS module, so I can make the process environment correct. That's okay. A dashboard node. So it's in scripts. Okay, I guess it's already there. It's just I thought that's what I was already asking for. ls code lib. What would we call it? Open API. Yeah, API. Constant key equals the environment. Requires. It is in the environment. Okay. Define and get key. saying get key process dot environment key environment. Tell me when it's set. Do I just have to shut everything down and open it back up for it to register? That's probably it. Okay, so we can look at this in the background. Oh, but also like, I don't think that the digest thing is working, and I think the digests are actually where the most, yeah, because these are launching like latent declaration on art in mathematics, calls for to address challenges posed by the use within mathematics research. Interesting. Like these are things worth reading, but I have like real technical stuff I'm dealing with right now. This was a previous one. See, like this is all I'm looking for. I wanted to generate a T-shirt design from something that I made. What do I mean? Something that I made from my Claude sessions. Why? Because I want it to. The door was just a good drawing. Short answer: no full restart. Each command source now plan. So for your own already in new tab. Let me just do this. Okay, so we'll give it 4 more minutes. See, I don't like these. I mean, it's not horrible, but like I don't think the planets are that good looking. Let's see. Like that. Do that. It'd probably be better if we had this one over here. Let's resume. Still doesn't see it. The determinant correct for the. Let me get into it so the file can't. Clearly aren't sourcing your key. In a repo. I don't believe you. All right, so we're gonna close this for now. We're gonna close this for now. What is this one doing? What is this? Oh, this is updating the. Okay, that's updating all those. Yumatsu, now we're not using that. I think I should just. I guess we go over other stuff. We have already good security rule. Oh yeah, so most recently updated was I sourced all the Firebase rules and like locked them down more for Hot Potato Games. Our config Firestore rules were just consolidated and looked done, but anyone on the internet could still rewrite the payout address. That's the thing with the payout address is it's just a proof of concept, so it didn't really matter. That's ugly. It's gotta be one of these ones. You're right to push back. I don't believe you. I've been theory instead of testing. It's there. We're just gonna skip the video for today, or the screenshot. I think. I know it'll work when I'm working on it, like without fear of something being clipped. Oh, and we also adjusted these declarations. So my personal brand, AI engineering videos on YouTube and TikTok. Also the production company. Every video the other divisions needs comes out of Potato Core. Hot Potato Games is the e-entertainment division of Potatoes, an online game company, 40-plus browser and mobile games, all set in the Potato universe. Potato literature, this is where it all started. The publishing division, the books and the deep lore. 2 books on Amazon already, and an epic in progress. A fictional potato company called Potatoes that ships real products. Think The Office, but everyone's a potato. And the merch, games, and books they pitch already actually exist. All right, so we'll shut that out. We got to make sure these are good, but this is where like a lot of the money issues. That said, I think it did a pretty good job with like pulling out stuff that I think inform my career. So I think this might have. Is this today? It is today. Relink before it breaks. Why banks links die at all. A financial connections link is not permanent. Yep. Yep. This will all be super interesting, but I do have to go. I have to get ready. Thank you for watching. I know it feels incomplete, but I don't know if what I'm doing is even really like meant to be complete. I think it's the journey, you know? I will. Oh, and if you don't know, you can do this. Do any of these? All right, let's just deploy this one. Git add, git commit 2025 05 07 05 git push. Go live with that one. Which one's this one? For the dashboard. I guess we can look at it before we go. No, we're not going to do that. Thank you for watching.